AITA, for refusing to pay for my sister's husband's surgery with my inheritance/college money? Context: my sister, F27, and I, 18F, lost our dad a year ago. He was my only parent. Mom was never in mine or my sister's life. Dad left money, inheritance, for me and sister, and she used her inheritance to get new cars and renovate her house. I live with my aunt right now because my brother-in-law didn't let me stay with my sister. I'm planning on using my inheritance money to pay for college tuition. I've always wanted to be doctor but haven't decided which branch yet. My sister and I haven't been close. It started after she got married to her chronically ill husband, who was allowed to make backhanded comments about Dad and mock his illness and make a scene at his funeral. Only because he's ill and shouldn't be held accountable for his behavior. I've distanced myself, but my sister kept visiting a lot lately, venting about my brother-in-law's condition. He's been in and out the hospital for heart problems and in need for a surgery. She brought up my inheritance money several times, but I end up cutting the conversation. She then straight up asked if I could help pay for her husband's surgery and she'd pay back in less than a year. I felt uneasy cause if I give her money from my inheritance, which is a large amount, then there's no guarantee she'll pay back before it's time to apply for college. I'm taking a year gap, but I know my sister can't pay back that much and I felt I was risking my future. I refused to help and she had a meltdown at my aunt's house, calling me heartless, cruel with no empathy. She said that her husband's health should be a priority and I needed to help because education is nothing compared to someone's health, and asked if I'd be happy to see her as a widow and my nephew with no father. My aunt suggested others pay, but most of them cut my sister and her husband off. I argued that her husband's poor health isn't my fault after she kept blaming and guilt-tripping me. She kept crying, and although my aunt decided to stay out of it, she said that I should be prepared for permanent damage in my relationship with my sister if I don't help her now. She's been sending texts and pictures of her family telling me this is what I was saying no to: a happy, healthy family with a healthy husband and father. I cried and felt like I was being selfish, not good aunt and sister. I asked my friend and he said let them sell the cars and all the luxurious stuff they bought to afford the surgery, and warned me if I give them money, I'll never get it back and may not be able to go to medical school. AITA, for telling co-workers extremely bluntly why I'm not participating in the office weight loss bet. Someone got the brilliant idea to make an office diet bet due to COVID gains, with people pooling in their money to see who can lose the most weight by Thanksgiving. I am one of 7 people not participating. Lots of preggers, some bodybuilders, and people who maintain their weight who aren't interested. Since I've visibly gained, they thought I'd want to participate. Jen, in charge of everything, kept dropping by to remind me to turn in my form and my money. I said no thanks. Jen wouldn't drop it. Other people got involved, asking me why not all the time, it'll be fun. Don't be scared, I'd feel better and look better. I told them no, I wouldn't, and it's a great way to bond, we're all in it together, it's like Weight Watchers. I'm not interested, and then eventually, I said, no. Drop it. They decided I wanted them to convince me. 2 weeks into the bet, they tried to trick on the scale to shock me. I contacted HR, people finally backed down. I'm eating my food one day, rice and beans, people sitting with me start dropping hints that how they feel so much better now that they aren't eating carbs, comfort food all the time. I said I'm glad you feel better. They took this as a sign that I knew I'd feel better again and started up saying I could still join in. I finally fucking snapped and said you guys suck. I'm a recovering anorexic. I get one whiff of competition and start starving myself for days and start puking up what I do eat until I'd have to get my 3rd oral surgery to remove rotting teeth. Does that sound worth it to you? Chorus of wow, and we were just joking. I said no, you weren't just joking. Congratulations, by the way. After you all wouldn't stop, I weighed myself for the first time in 7 years and didn't eat for 2 days. Does that make you all feel good? None of them would look me in the eye, so I just went home for the day. I got a call from the women in HR, who were shockingly supportive of me. One of the bodybuilder guys stepped up and said he's witnessed a lot of the harassment and he doesn't blame me for my outburst. A few others did too. However, they had to cancel the diet bet. I didn't ask them to, and people are blaming me, saying that I can't take a joke. It wasn't that deep, and the girls present said they no longer feel safe working with me because I obviously have mental issues. One of them made a big stink about politically correct bullshit and how I'm the typical hypersensitive millennial. I go back and forth on this all day, thinking I should have just swallowed my anger and gone back to HR or just stopped eating lunch in the office or whatever. I didn't mean to ruin anyone's fun, but I also feel justified in pushing back on their harassment. Please like our video and subscribe to our channel, so you won't miss out any of our future videos. Thank you for your support. This is Reddit Joe Channel, your everyday Reddit.